Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you another update. This is the 1972 Volkswagen Bus or Westphalia van. In an earlier video we shared with you where we're making lots of progress on the side panels, the lower rocker panels, the outriggers, the jack posts and all that kind of fun stuff. And then we were waiting because we had some of the panels for this rear section. We were waiting for this main section in behind, the reinforcement piece, to come in. It was on back order before we could install the rest of these panels. So now you can see lots of progress. So in this main section here, everything was, all the spot welds were drilled out, all the rusted pieces were removed. And that's right here. So this was just badly corroded. So this is the back side, but this acts as structure. So this is the piece that goes in behind this panel that you visually see, and you'll notice there is lots of corrosion and rust through, and structurally there wasn't a lot of support in the main areas where it fastens to give them extra protection. And then there's a bunch of homemade pieces that were added on top of to try and hide it, but there's basically just rusted pieces over top of rotted out sections. So with that piece being removed and the new piece set in place, we're able to pull out where the collision damage was before. If you recall in the earlier videos, the two support rails behind these panels were kinked and bent. So we brought them back where they were supposed to be. We dry fitted all of the panels to make sure everything lined up first, and then we marked them, we removed them, and then began to re-weld. So we have all new structural pieces in behind, and I think if I flash my light in here, the camera person can take a look inside. You can see now we've got on the battery tray on the far end and our wheel well section, and then as we come across you can see we still have the serial number in the original plate there, which we retained from the original van. And when you go into the other side, you can see we have basically all new panels. Everything has been reconstructed on that side. And then from the outside, you can see obviously we have our new exterior panel. We have our new tail light corner pieces, and they obviously come all the way around to the factory seam here. And you can see everything is flush and our seam is correct like the factory did all the way along, and then that butts up or meets with this new wheel well panel that we shared with you in earlier videos. So essentially from this area down, pardon me, both inside and outside are brand new, and then basically from here down everything is new all the way around. So these buses are known for corrosion, and the areas that we're doing, we're welding them correctly. So a lot of people will do just makeshift repairs. It's an extensive amount of work to do it properly, because when you look at the detail work that's involved to make sure everything fits. So you can see this exterior panel, this is the original panel that meets, and there's a seam here. And then we have these spot welds, and then the bend, and then spot welds in here. That's exactly the way the factory did it, and it's we basically do the exact same thing. So you can see up here the factory had 3 spot welds, we did the same 3 spot welds. We'll grind those smooth later, but the amount of detail, same thing in here. There's rubber weather strip that goes all around this opening for the engine lid, but the factory has specific number of welds, and we did the exact same thing, because not only does it look aesthetically correct, but it's also structural. It's very, very important, because there's crash standards in every year for these vehicles, and you want to make sure that we have the same amount of strength. A lot of people will cut corners, they won't weld in certain locations, or not as many welds, just to get the job done, but we want to make sure not only is it done properly and lines up, but also structurally it has to be really strong. As we come down to this passenger side, we've got quite a bit of work here. In our earlier video, we shared with you where we had this outside sliding door, the lower rocker panel, the heater not heater channels, but the jack posts and support pieces, and then we removed the floor And you can see this new two-part floor. It's just laying in place right now. You can see it's just one on top of each other. We're just setting it up. So, pardon me, it was an incredible amount of work to remove the rusted out sheets. There's lots of previous repairs done and not done properly. So drilled out all of those holes and then prepped everything for the new floor. And now we've just began to dry fit the new floor. It's 2 halves. It's factory correct. It's authentic. It's the correct gauge of metal. You can see here, even where it lines up, I think the camera can pick it up. The grooves are almost exact where they should be. And then once we fit that all in place and that's set up and welded, you'll never have any evidence or any knowledge that we've been in there and changed that. So basically we have everything is going to be brand new from here all the way to the back section. So once we get more work done on the floor, we'll share with you what that looks like once it's all welded into place. So this is the 1972 Volkswagen Bus, and I thank you for watching. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.